For Stadia, a qualification isn't just a qualification. It's more students inspired to reimagine their possibilities. With 5 faculties, 10 campuses and over 50 accredited qualifications, undergraduate and postgraduate studies, contact, distance and blended learning, we're transforming higher education into something that's truly multi-faculty, multi-campus and multi-mode. Stadia, a new vision in higher education.
Bart, welcome. We're looking at the news of the past week in South African rugby here and there. We will touch on world rugby if necessary. I think the biggest news is that Australia is now willing to host the Springboks and the British Irish Lions with the Springboks. Your thoughts?
Carl, we had this chat a week ago, I think, and without me giving my support for or against, I just feel that at this moment SARU is very cash strapped, and we will probably make a financial decision if we get to that point. It would be interesting. With the Lions tour taking place in Australia, obviously provides the opportunity with them having spectators, even if limited, having spectators. We all know that the British and Irish Lions tours are always very well supported. You will definitely have, obviously pending travel restrictions, will have thousands of supporters touring. Pounds in pocket will definitely have spending power. So doesn't matter where the British and Irish Lions play, it will still have a good money spinning effect. And if the Aussies come with a good deal financially to South Africa to make some good money out of this, because even if we come to South Africa with a tour, we won't be able to allow spectators, which in return would allow some good money options. It might just happen. I don't know. It's not the ideal. We would love them to come and play here for the sake of our spectators and our people and our business opportunities to create some money. But if it cannot be postponed, the plan B would be to play them where we can play them with the next best option, so that the Springboks benefit out of this. So in my opinion, I think if the model works, especially the financial model, it might not be frowned upon from SARU's side.
Yeah, I wanted to send them a message, but I don't know if maybe I must do it in Afrikaans so that they don't understand it. Yeah, Springbok and British Lions need to be played in South Africa. But we know if there's money on the table, I just can't see why a force in world rugby like the Springboks must be forced to do things that they don't want to do. Yeah. Second news of the week is the Cheetahs said they will even go to crowdfunding if they don't find investors. But they're confident Toyota has committed themselves to the Cheetahs. Cheetahs in a difficult situation because they're not sure yet of if they can go through the Russian and Eastern Europe route to get to the European Cup or anything. Difficult times for them?
Yeah, truly difficult times, Carl. Really a sad situation that they find themselves in, and a pity that it's come down to this. In a normal rugby environment, they would probably have easily been in a position to find other alternatives. We're not in a normal sporting and social environment at the moment. And for them to get the necessary funding without having the backbone of a top international exposure like in Europe, they will have to look at various options. Look, 5-6 years ago, the Lions Rugby Union was there. We were looking at crowdfunding options, if we can call it that. We were looking at individual jersey options, sponsorship-wise, very much in the same line that I think the Western Force at the time attempted. We were actually down the line a little bit. I know that Edgar specifically was tasked to look at that. So, and fortunately at the time we could manage to clinch new deals with Xerox firstly, and then obviously also Emirates, which stopped the idea of the so-called individual funding. But reality is the Cheetahs will have to be open to various and any options possible, as they cannot sell their product at this stage as one that will compete at the highest platforms and stages in world rugby, which is really sad. And I don't see SARU, and that's why I say big calls like the British and Irish Lions tour might be influenced by financial calls, because SARU cannot provide the necessary funding at the moment to make rugby grow in South Africa the way we want to.
Yeah, I would support the Cheetahs, but I will support them financially if they only stay in South Africa and make sure they win the Currie Cup. Because I think they've got more to give to local South African rugby to go and compete against Russia and all that. But yeah, that's me. I think Toyota has already got that stance already also. That's why they support them. But again, yeah, we don't know what the final figures and what the final calls are. But yeah, the Overtays has proved themselves. But now they've gone to sign, what's that new prop? Or the prop that's coming from the Kings?
Skull Pereira, yeah.
He's pushing 40.
Yeah, it's that very difficult phase that you find yourself now, is to find a senior player that can come back and come and play. Where do you look at a senior player? Is it the ex-Bok? Is it someone that can still contribute? They've done that successfully with France and Ruan Pinar and them. You cannot only play with youngsters, and to get the right mix of bringing youngsters through with the old guys there, the experienced guys, is what you want. Whether players like Skalk is the right choice, I'm not sure, but it's literally what is available and what they can afford now.
All right. Well done, Cheetahs. You've got our support. The next one is Varsity Cup. And I've heard that there's tomorrow a meeting of all the universities and everything. Last week there was a meeting between all the coaching staff and everything. They are busy preparing, or they're starting this week with their proper preparations. Tax apparently has been practicing the whole of the year already. But the short and the long of the Currie Cup is they're going to play in a bubble. That's been decided. They're going to play on the Monday, the Wednesday, and the Sunday. So they're going to play, each university is going to play 3 matches in a week. So they're going to keep them in a bubble for a week, and then the guys will go home for a week or two, and then they will go obviously to another bubble. Your thoughts on that?
If that's the only way of making it work, we have seen, especially with the junior tournaments, Carl, that it can work going that way. Traditionally, club tournaments over the years have been held in that way. It's not always the ideal. Currently, the USA University Championships are still taking place, well, still have been taking place up to now in that format. So just duplicating it and doing it 2, 3 or 4 times during the season might be an option, safety wise for the players if they find the right location. And secondly, the big question will be funding it. I think it will be tough because there's obviously additional costs involved in this, testing of players and protocols and everything that goes with it. So I just hope to think that the sponsors, the current sponsors, will back the plan, because we honestly, for the sake of these young players, university players, rugby outside of the professional environment, absolutely need something to hold on to. And if it's possible, I will fully back that. I just hope that it can realize.
Yeah, apparently First National said to the guys from Varsity Cup that if there's no Varsity Cup this year, they will stop the sponsorship of the Varsity Cup. So it's serious conditions. But again, nobody talks about the young guns or the under-20 competition. So money is going to make the final call on that one. Any other news?
Yeah, Carl, I just think maybe a little bit from a personal point of view as well, but not only that. Mani Boyson was a very well-known and respected previous CEO of the Lions, very healthy and someone with great living character and qualities, passed away over the weekend. Someone that I personally was very close to, and I know has been respected and loved throughout the Lions community for what he has done here in the Lions community. And our heartfelt condolences go out to his family because he was taken away way too soon.
Yeah, and please, COVID is real, but I've had it, you've had it, Yorina's had it. So it's all, and please build, and don't contact me. I don't want to do a story about my personal experiences during the COVID stuff. But it's real. It's taught people respect the virus. And yeah, on a somber note, thank you so much.